that it's over, I'll never be sober. I couldn't believe, and now I'm so high. And now I'm so high.
And what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Blake, Money Blake Weather. Welcome to another episode, Unfiltered Bachelor, The Breakdown. Dun, dun, dun. The Breakdown. I am here, as always, with my lovely co-host, the awesome, the ever-friendly, the neighbor with the flavor, the guy on the fly, Jeff. Jeff, how you doing, man?
You charmer, you.
You stop it.
I'm good. I am bored out of my skull because I'm quarantined. Not like I got it or anything. We're all quarantined.
Right, we all in this together, Jeff. We all here together. But this time, so we're not breaking down Lil Dicky, even though that it's still a thing going on. Me and you, though, let's kind of start from this. You got me really into Childish Gambino 2 years ago. Really?
Yeah. So when you introduced me to Dave or to Dicky, I introduced you to Childish Gambino.
Yes, and I fell in love with his music kind of like right after that. And like obviously like he's
Oakland.
Got yeah obviously. Well, so I was gonna say obviously he's got some of the big songs, right? Like 3005. I feel like Sweatpants is like a pretty well known song.
Yeah.
And then he came out
Sober, even though that's not not one of the bigger of the most known ones. I'd say Sober's one.
It is, and like I didn't realize I knew the song. You know what I mean? Like I knew Gambino. Like 3005 was probably my most like the one I knew the most because of just like what's the line in there? Like girl, why is you lying? Why you Mufasa? That line always stuck with me. I never know why, but it always did.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's fucking Gambino. And then so I just fell in love with his music. And then going through this 2 weeks ago, I was like, I love his music. I've listened to the albums. I have a Gambino playlist. Like, we've watched music videos together. We've talked about like symbolism in his music videos. He, you know, since then he's come out with This Is America. He came out with This Is America right after like I started being a fan, like big, like really getting into him. I saw him at freaking ACL, not to like rub it in or anything, but but I as the start of this quarantine started 2 weeks ago, I watched Atlanta, and oh my god, like I don't know why I waited so fucking long to watch the show, but I fucking love this show. And it's only 2 seasons, so
dude,
we're gonna be breaking down every single episode. Yeah, it's only 2 seasons so far.
We got season 3 coming in 2021.
Season 3 and season 4, according to Wiki.
Yep,
So early 2021 is season 3. Late 2021 is season 4. Which, oh my god, yes, I'm here for it. But we've got a lot to unpack, Jeff. And let's just get into this.
Maybe we should just start with unpacking who Donald Glover / Childish Gambino is.
I mean,
have you gone over that on your podcast?
No, I mean his name. Yeah, so Childish Gambino's real name is Donald Glover, and he's kind of all of the things, right? For those that like are not aware of like everything, stand-up comedian, writer, actor. Like he got his chops really with what was the show? The Third Rock.
Well, so he started by writing on 30 Rock.
Yeah.
And then he ended up leaving 30 Rock to be a regular on Community. And it's like one of the things I've heard is like he's one of the only writers that when leaving 30 Rock to go become an actor, he's one of the only ones that Tina Fey was like, yes, you have
He's going to do the things.
So, I mean, that's a huge compliment.
Yeah.
Then while he was doing Community, he was recording as Childish Gambino, which is fucking awesome because he got his name, his rap name, from the Wu-Tang name generator.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan name generator.
Which, by the way, according to that, I am the Drunken Hunter.
Oh, okay. I did mine once upon a time. I'd have to do it again. I'll have it done by the next one. But there's so much. I mean, there's really so much to unpack with this. So that's a background on who this is, and he created the show, right? Like that's my understanding.
Yeah,
he wrote it.
The
like
writer, the creator, the producer. He's the director in most of the episodes.
Oh, a couple of the episodes,
in all of it.
No. There's
like he's had camp.
There's a director that's like kind of abundant on here, and we'll get into this. We'll get into.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll get into this right now, but
so like if you haven't watched 30 Rock or Community, they're very funny, but they're very different styles of funny than this is. And they're I don't want to say like campy or anything, but like it's a sitcom, you know?
Yes.
It's like it's a bit cheesier than Friends. Both of them are a bit cheesier than Friends. They're a bit outlandish, but both were absolutely hilarious. And he is amazing as a writer on one and as an actor on the other.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is a very, very different feel.
This series, yeah.
This is, absolutely. Atlanta is obviously his brainchild. And as you and I have said a couple of times, I think we said on an episode of Dave, Atlanta, he refers to it as Curb Your Enthusiasm with hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he knew what he was going for here. And I got to say, by the way, that description, that describes it perfectly.
Accurate. Yeah. Hey, it's accurate.
And, so that's it's accurate. So that's the show we're breaking down here. And today we're breaking down episode 1.
Episode 1 is called The Big Bang. And you realize why it's the title in the first just like 2 minutes. This episode is
right. It's pretty apparent.
And that's what I like about a lot of the titles on here. They're pretty like on the nose of like, that's what it is. So this episode, much like a lot of these episodes, actually, is directed by a guy named Hiro Murai, and Hiro Murai is the director of This Is America, 3005, Sweatpants. I believe he did
Sober.
He did Sober, and there's one other one he did, and it's just like, so this guy is a guy that works, like him and Childish Gambino, they tight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they get each other. They work well. Like when Gambino's got a what's the word I'm looking for? A vision. This director knows how to bring that vision out, how to accomplish it. Oh
yeah, for sure. And in this episode, it debuted with 1.08 million viewers watched this live. So yeah, that's a nice little number. Nice little number.
That's not bad at all.
No, but let's just hop
right. This started in 2016.
Okay, so I didn't. You know, I knew about it, so I'll be honest, I knew about it, but like I never watched it, so just like, okay, kind of went by the wayside.
I mean, I don't think I watched it until 2018. And the thing is, there's been a lot of pause between season 1. There was a large pause between season 1 came out 2016, season 2 came out 2018 because Donald Glover was doing Solo, the Star Wars story. He was obviously fantastic Lando
Calrissian.
And then 2018 was season 2, and now we're not getting season 3 till 2021 because that's the other thing is Donald Glover never stops working.
Yeah,
he is a creative genius who just keeps going and going and going. He's a Renaissance man.
He just put out a new album.
He's a modern day Renaissance.
If you haven't heard it, he put out the new album like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
It is pretty fucking dope. So go check that out.
My God. Right.
It's a real good. It reminds me of like, I think it's a bit more experimental than his other stuff. It reminds me of kind of what Kanye did with 808s and Heartbreak, kind of that very, that kind of feel. Like it just kind of, it does a lot of things, but it's not, I love it. I was going to say it's not bad. Of course it's not bad. I love it. Yeah. So let's just get into it, man. Like the show has so many things going on, and like one of the main things I noticed when I first watched it was, it said dude from Get Out. And what's the other show? What's the other movie he was in? Sorry for Bothering You or whatever.
And we both love it. Knives Out.
Knives Out, yes. Yeah.
Lakeith Stanfield.
He
plays Darius, and by the way, he is my favorite character on the show.
Yeah. Is Gaeta your favorite character on the Little Dicky show?
Yep.
Okay. Because it makes sense.
On, it's Gaeta.
I was going to say, it makes sense that...
They're very similar.
Yes. It was somebody wrote on Gaeta's... I follow Gaeta on Instagram, and he posted like one of his stories. He's like, somebody said that what's his name? Darius? Somebody said that Darius that Lakeith Stanfield made being the weird black guy cool, and Gaeta just took that up a notch. Like, did it even like took it to the next level?
Very fair.
Which I was like, that's a very good like way to say that.
Well, and so like let's get into this. So in this show, Lakeith Stanfield plays Darius, and Darius feels to me like the spiritual guide of the other two guys.
Yes.
He's always like he's and he is like that weird black guy. He's kind of spacey all the time. Honestly, it feels like he's seeing more than what's going on.
Yeah,
and
I mean it's abundantly
it's a great role.
I was gonna say it's abundantly clear when like one of his first lines is like, "Oh man, this is like deja vu," like they have this weird standoff
exactly right,
at this
man.
fucking in the beginning, and it's all about like I love it. This is like a social commentary on like actual problems that probably happen over stuff like somebody kicking your goddamn mirror off. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this episode, we're not going to break down every fucking thing, but like, so we're just going to hop from thing to thing, but like, that is immediately what happened. And for something like that to happen,
100%.
it could happen,
And by the way, what a dick that guy is. I mean, at the beginning, we think he's just doing it for no reason. At the end, so one of the other things is the show starts with it starts and then does a flashback.
It starts with the way that it ends.
That's 2 minutes. Yes, exactly. And this guy just walks up and kicks the mirror off and everything. And my first thought was just like, what the fuck? What a dick.
Why did he do that, though? I still don't know.
Refusing to pay for it. It's just like, dude. But like then when Paperboy pulls a gun on the guy, I was like, well, this seems like an overreaction.
Right. Well, why did he do that, though? Is it because Paperboy hollered at the girl at the end? Like,
so I actually had to rewind it when I was watching it earlier today. The girl that Paperboy hollers at and he's like, yo, hey, this is me on the radio. And she's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's this guy's girl.
Okay. That's what I figured. But I have a whole bunch of I have a whole mess of questions, and let's see if we can answer some of these.
Oh, that's fair. But like the one thing I wanted to land on before we do that is like you said. So it opens with Paperboy getting this guy's face and stuff. And by the way, Paperboy's name of Alfred, which is Donald Glover's cousin. We should probably introduce all of the characters.
Ernest, yes.
Donald Glover plays Ernest Earn. And he wants to be his cousin Alfred, a.k.a. Paperboy's manager. So they're in this fucking argument with this random guy, and Paperboy pulls a fucking gun on the guy. And then Earn goes, dude, what the fuck? And he's got a gun. And then the other guy goes, what, you want to do something? And he pulls up his shirt, and he's got a gun.
Guns.
and then Darius just goes, whoa, hold up. This is like deja vu or something. And he says, where's the dog with the Texas on it? It pans over, and there's a fucking dog with like the coloring in the shape of Texas. And that was just like, and that was like weird. That was like, all right, this is odd.
But
and then it goes to an aerial shot and just.
Well, it comes full circle, and like you get it at the end, and it's very like it's very. There's some moments that are very like ambiguous and like symbolism, like a lot of symbolism. And like you realize by the end of it, like the deja vu that they're talking about is when they come back to the scene at the end, that same scene at the end of the fucking show. It's kind of breaking the fourth. Why does
Darius see it? How does he know it?
I think he is I think he's the voice of reason. It's not just spiritual, but like he's the voice of reason. Like every time they're in some shit, like. He's always the voice of reason, and he's always balanced. And I think he's partially the voice of the of the audience. And I'll explain real quick. Let's kind of just like I guess get our Darius out of this as we do this. I think he's kind of like the voice of the audience too, because there's a scene where he asks. I mean, as much as he's supposed to be like this kind of off the beaten path kind of character, there's that scene where he asks Earn's dad, he's like, "Hey, this is a weird question. Can I measure your tree?" And the dad's like,
Earn's dad is like, "No, not right now.
Not right now." And what he says afterwards is what we're all thinking. He's like, this probably means a no. Then you know what I mean? Like we all know that just means no. You know what I mean? But he's saying what we're thinking.
What? Oh, 100%, 100%. He's also like, I love how he just doesn't let things get to him, you know?
Yeah. He's not that. You'll see throughout the show as we do this, like, he just doesn't. Like, he kind of just has this way about him. And so I think he's kind of the voice that when you rewatch it again, you're like, oh, I know this happened. And he's like, oh, this is deja vu, because it plays twice. It's more of a dig for the audience to catch it, because they're like, I mean, they know that he's saying, like, they're like, what the fuck is up with him? But, like, who cares? Like, they kind of, like, write him off. Right. But, like, all the lines in here, they all are for a purpose. And that's what I'm starting to, like, love about shows like this and, like, Lil Dicky. Like, everything is, there's always a callback to each line and stuff.
Layers
like,
on layers, you know?
Layers on layers. So, here's some of my questions walking away with this. So, one, why did the dude kick the car? I guess we got that answered. Why did Van say to Earn that she was like, you know, she got mad that he didn't say that, you know, I love you, when she already had a date that night? The fuck does she care for? You know, and that's some, like, unfiltered bachelor shit right there. And then Earn told Van that he would not take the daughter to the parents, but yet when Paperboy pulls up to the parents' house, clearly the daughter's at the parents. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's little questions that I have, but let's touch on kind of the relationship that Earn kind of, who Earn is, and we see, like, he's living with his ex kind of on and off. He's kind of homeless. He's a homeless, right?
But he's not real homeless, right? It's not like using a rat as a phone and shit. Which, how about Darius's response to that? Darius goes, "Oh man, but imagine if you could."
Right.
I mean, New York City, rats. There's 5 rats for every person.
Yeah.
There'd be affordable phones everywhere. I mean, it'd be a little messy.
It'd be a little messy, but but yeah. So this relationship that Earn has with his baby mama.
He's clearly like couch surfing 100%, living out of his backpack. He's obviously trying to get by and do some stuff, but like for some reason it's just not working for him.
Would you say the character of Earn is trying to earn his way in the world right now?
Hello.
Earn some money, earn a house? No.
I think he's trying to redeem himself.
Okay.
And we don't know why yet. Because Earn works at an airport, you know, like trying to get people to sign up for those frequent flyer credit cards and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we come to find out a little later through the episode that, like, he used to go to Princeton.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Obviously, he doesn't anymore. But, like, it's always kind of clouded in mystery what happened with him. Why did he leave? Because, like, at one point, Paperboy even pulls up to Earn's parents' house, and his uncle. He's like, yo, Earn's trying to, you know, manage me and stuff. And his dad's like, oh, really, huh? And they're, like, talking about it. And he goes, like, I don't know if I can trust him. Why do you leave Princeton? And his dad's like, man, I don't know. He'd tell you before he told me. And it's never really explained.
Again, and these ambiguous things. Like, another one of those things is the goddamn guy on the bus. The fuck, man?
Yep.
That is so ambiguous as to, like, is that a state of mind? Is that like a guardian angel? Is that just like
it's not a guardian angel.
I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to, like, you know, just put things out there. Like, is it like what? Like, is it some sort of ghost? Like, is it what do they call it? Like an extension of, like, what his mind, like, what he needs to hear in that moment. You know what I mean?
We know he's a real person. Because he leaves behind something. He leaves behind his bottle of
Nutella.
But I think this guy's supposed to be some sort of pseudo-mystic, I don't want to say, like, shaman, like anything, but, like, this guy's clearly, there's more to him than meets the eye. Because remember,
like a transformer.
So the guy gets off the bus and he walks into a random forest, like a guy in a suit, you know?
Right.
But the thing is, remember who's walking with him? The dog with a Texas on it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Yep. So I think that points to him being more than just some random thing. And excuse me, I'm sorry about that. And I think that he's supposed to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like almost prophetic.
Yeah.
Because the way he's talking to Ern and stuff is just really, really weird. Like he's describing Ern's life, but he doesn't really know Ern.
It's cryptic. It's very cryptic. It's very like
very cryptic.
Cryptic, but also like substance. There's a lot of substance to it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. That's the type of stuff that Glover does. Like he puts that type of symbolism and that type of foreshadowing and that type of like hidden stuff into all of his works.
Why do you think?
That's what makes me really think that's
Nutella. Why do you think Nutella?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, why was he so angry that Ern wouldn't eat the damn sandwich? Which, by the way, I wouldn't have either.
If you do not eat the sandwich,
I love Ern's bite the sandwich, and I love Ern's response.
No,
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
Dude, he has such funny little one-liners throughout the damn series.
Oh my god, yes. Like even in this episode,
when they open up with him and Van.
Yes.
Like I love when he's in bed with Van and he's like describing his dream. Which, by the way, did that sound to you kind of like that part in the Oakland music video?
Yeah.
It takes a. That's what I was thinking too. Mm-hmm. But I love like he's talking about this girl and shit, and Van clearly obviously gets a little jealous and is like, so what did she look like? And he just goes fat, real and real uninteresting right off the bat. And she goes, see, you're lying. You're telling me that she was fat and she wasn't interesting, and then you're out making out with her. And he goes, I didn't say I was making out with her. And she goes, were you making out with her? Yeah, we were. it's just such a.
The other line that gets me is when he was like, he goes and tries to approach Alfred, and he tells him like, Alfred was like telling him, he's like, you Martin, and I need a Malcolm, and he's like, you Malcolm, you just need somebody different, and he's like. And what is his like? Darius said something about he's like, the body went missing after the funeral, and you wait for Ern, and he's like, yeah.
Well, so what Paperboy says is Paperboy goes, man, and you're Martin. We need a Malcolm, and look what they did to Martin. and then Ern goes, didn't they kill Malcolm too?
Yeah.
And that's when Darius goes, no, man, no one's seen his body since the funeral. And then he says, yeah, that's how funerals work.
That's how funerals work. And he gets back to what he was saying. The very deadpan humor. It's deadpan humor. A lot of it. That's all of this is.
That's that Curb Your Enthusiasm, man.
Yeah, it's just deadpan humor. And it's so
absolutely
fucking funny. Like the little lines in here that like just you could kind of miss them. And it's almost like the little lines in like Dave where he's just like he's telling him like, he's like, how many Waynes do you know? Yeah, how many Waynes do you know? He's like, Gretzky, Brady, kind of trailing off.
Oh god, dude. So that's very true.
Yeah, this character Ern, man, he has this weird relationship, and I don't say weird. Like I feel like I've known guys kind of in that same like this is a very real. It's not weird. It's just real, but it's weird to me. But like. And it could be weird to other people, but like some people, this is their life. They have a shitty job. They're kind of couch surfing, like you're saying. I've known friends like this who are like, they can't stay with their moms. They can't always stay with their friends. They live it with their baby mamas sometimes, and they sleep in the same bed. And then the baby mama's like out dating still. You know what I mean?
Which, by the way, that's just so weird to me that, yeah, like it was like you said earlier, like Van gets upset with him because, and by the way, like, I understand why she got upset with him. Because, he's evidently she says, I love you. And he just always, or tell me you love me. He always says, of course. Man, I've had people I've dated who've always wanted me, like, do you love me? And I've always just been like, oh, I heart you. Like, but I've made sure to never actually say the words I love you because I didn't really love them. Mm. And I think that's why she's so worried that he won't say it. But then, yeah, literally the next scene, he's picking up their daughter and you find out she's going on a date that night. And it's like, and he's just fine with it.
He is. And he's not. That. I don't think he is. Like I don't think he is. But I don't think he could say much in that position. But like
exactly. That's the thing. He's not upset about it enough to be like, you can't go on a date.
Right. Like he's never gonna flat out say it. But like what he does is there is that point where he's on the bus, like right before he gets the call from Paperboy, and he's texting Van, and he's just like, didn't he say something like, "I miss you. Hey, can we talk when you get home," or something like that?
So I didn't realize why this was so important until literally right now. He texts her, "I love you.
Yes.
Can we talk?"
Yeah. So now that makes sense, right? Like, he does love her.
That whole part felt like it was supposed to be a question of fate to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's he can go back home and he can try and start, really pursuing this life with her and everything. And literally, as he's about to push send, he gets a call from Paperboy, and it puts him on a completely different life path.
A complete different course. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And but so I think he does. I think he does love her. I think he loves he loves his daughter, right? Like, I think he wants.
Oh, he loves Lottie.
Lottie, yeah, he loves his
daughter.
He's
good with Lottie.
Yeah, and like, so I think he's genuinely, at the end of the day, this is genuinely what he wants. He's just trying to do all the things. He's trying to earn his way there. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to, like, earn is such an appropriate name.
Is?
Huh? Oh,
absolutely.
1.5 tops. Like,
I mean, maybe 2.
That's scratch. Like, somewhere between 1 and 2. I'll say that for sure.
So how about this? Between 1 and 2, it actually takes like 10 months for baby to gestate and everything, right? And we find out later in the episode from Paperboy that Ern's been away from Princeton for 3 years. Do you think Lottie's why he left?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I just thought of that.
This is a great point. See, this is why I think they leave it ambiguous, is because we have things like this where we try to figure it out. So that very much could. I mean, the timelines semi-match up within, say 3 to 6 months of each other.
Yep, and you know what, man? That would also explain why he has this need for redemption. It's not just redemption for him; it's redemption for his daughter. Redemption of being a father.
Yeah. He's on this certain journey. Remember, we're getting deep, bro. I love this. So that's his relationship with kind of the closest thing he has to a girlfriend who's not. It's his non-girlfriend girlfriend.
Who, by the way,
his baby mama.
Point out, is played by Zazie Beetz, who is I love her. She is an awesome actress. She's Domino in Deadpool 2.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Awesome.
She's also in. I recognized her, so I didn't watch. I watched, I think a couple minutes of Atlanta with you the first time, and then so I circled around to it recently, and then I realized I knew her. I was like, why does she look so fucking familiar? And I thought about it. I'm like, oh my god, that's the girl from Joker. So if anybody out there has seen Joker, she plays that the neighbor that he kind of fancies, or he has fantasies about. I should say that's the best way to say that. Spoiler alert for Joker for those of y'all that don't know.
Also, I mean, she's been in TV and stuff before. She was on an episode of The Twilight Zone, the new one, obviously.
Oh yeah, she was in the first episode, right? Like with the comedian. Yeah.
No, she was the last episode of the season, actually. Oh, she was the closer for the season, which actually that's also a real good show.
Okay,
in case anyone's wondering.
I'm all getting my people confused. Yes,
but she's awesome. She's also beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good job, Ern.
Way to go, Ern. Look at you. So that's his relationship with that. He's got a very dead end job. He's not happy. He's got a not good relationship with his parents. They won't even let him stay. At one point,
he even brings up that his job, he's only making $5.15 an hour plus commission, and they show him, and he doesn't sell shit. So he's making $5.15 an hour,
which is insane. He's got a shitty relationship with his parents, or he's kind of used up all his favors with them.
Absolutely. They definitely still love him a bunch, but they're just not going to let him get away with that shit anymore.
They're not enabling him anymore, for sure. They help him with the granddaughter. They help him with their granddaughter, and that's about where it stops and starts.
But you know what? Sometimes you got to get to that point where it's like, you know what? It's just, if you keep, letting them crash there or whatever, it's enabling at a certain point,
And it's really good because that's where we're picking up Ern in his journey right now. Is he's basically out of favors with everyone, and it's a very much a story of redemption in some sort of way. I think you're absolutely right. He's trying to earn his way back. I love that. I think that there's a point why he picked earn.
Yeah, dude,
you know what I mean?
I didn't even think about it, but I think you're absolutely right.
Like he's trying to earn his way back into all these people's good graces, his girlfriend, his family, even his cousin. Like was like, I don't even trust the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
well, more than that. Like, so first off, we find out that Earn doesn't even know that his cousin's Paperboy.
Right.
Like he's at work and his buddy's like, yo, you hear that new Paperboy mixtape's coming out this Friday? And he goes, dude, I'm not even keeping up. I don't even know who that is. So his buddy pulls out the music video and he goes, oh shit, that's my cousin. And Paperboy even knows. He's like, dude, you're here just to get some money. You're just trying to cash in on this just like me. But the big part of it is, if you remember, like, so, then they're outside. Why are they smoking on a random sofa in the middle of a field, by the way? I know there's some sort of symbolism behind it. I just don't know what it is.
I really like that there's a couch there, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. But remember at the end of that whole thing, they're walking back towards the house, and Paperboy spins on him, and he goes, man, I haven't seen you since my mom's funeral, and now you're over here, and you're asking to be my manager and do all this shit? And he's like, and you can tell he's really heated, and it's like, that felt to me like some betrayal. Like they were close, and then after his mom died, like maybe he needed someone there, and Earn just kind of wasn't there,
Yeah, it for sure that, and like, yeah, you definitely get that sense. Like there's some tension when Earn goes and visits him first, especially of how he's greeted. The motherfucker's greeted with a gun to his face. And then as he walks upstairs, Darius has a knife and he's got a bandana over his face, like COVID style. You know what I mean?
And a plate of cookies.
And he's like, there's Darius. And Darius is like, want a cookie?
You want a cookie? Well, my favorite part is Paperboy doesn't even go, oh, Darius put down the knife or anything. He just walks by and he just goes, oh, that's Darius. And then and then back to when they're smoking on the couch, because then Earn's like talking to Paperboy. He's like, yo, who even is this guy? And Darius goes, oh shit, man, my name's Darius. Remember we just met in the house?
Remember I gave you the cookie?
Gave you the cookie.
Like
funny.
Those are his credentials. I'm the
oh god.
I'm the guy that you met at the house. Remember I gave you the cookie?
But
again, ambiguous. Again, ambiguous. Like kind of make your mind up where this guy from.
Yeah. Really interesting. I mean, and he's just kind of there, but he's definitely, and that's the thing. Like Darius, this random guy that's hanging out with Paperboy, he's more of a. He's clearly more family to Paperboy at this time than Earn is.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah, I'm trying to figure like maybe as we kind of talk more and more about this, we'll figure out like what the fuck, like maybe sitting on the couch in the middle of the field, what that's all about. You know what I mean? That's definitely something.
So here's the thing: I don't know if we're meant to understand all of it, because one of the things I got from IMDb. It said Donald Glover stated in an interview that part of why he did the show is that he wanted to show white people things they didn't know about black culture. So it might not be something we're meant to understand. It might be something about the culture. It might literally be just that.
Are you saying
something about black culture that we don't know?
Did you just say that's some black people shit?
That's some black people shit, man. That's the soundbite. But,
yeah.
Yeah,
dude, man.
Can we get into...
Yes, we can.
Probably my favorite character in this episode. And he's my favorite character because of what a piece of trash he is. The white dude that Earn knows that works at the fucking radio station.
Oh, that son of a bitch. Let me... I have a quote from him.
Motherfucker.
His first line...
got some M-bombs in it, huh?
Well, he throws some M-bombs. But his first line, when he sees Earn again, because apparently they're friends, is, did you just come out from that dumpster? Did you just come from the dumpster?
Yeah. Well, and I love Earn's response. No. How you doing, man? It's just fucking like it's nothing. And I loved that. I thought that was so fucking just like, really, just don't even acknowledge it. That's fucking brilliant, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, and then this dude,
the guy's name is Dave.
Yeah, of course it is. God damn it. As we break down a show called Dave. Right. And then the white guy says the N-word twice.
And like, so I'm gonna quote it, but I'm gonna say N-word.
Yeah,
but realize
that's
when I'm
fine.
saying
Yeah.
N-word, he's actually saying N-I-G-G-A.
The N-word.
He's like, oh yeah, we were at this party, man, and this DJ sucked, man. He played Flo Rida back to back. So I pull him aside. I look him in the eye. and just said, "Really, N-word?"
Yeah.
And he says this face to face to Earn, a black man. And then Earn's like, and then Earn's trying to have him. He's trying to have him help him out and like get Paperboy's single on the air. And then he goes, "Man, all these N-words are trying to get some money." And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? I can't, why are you saying this? But then the part that I love most about it is right after that, Earn sees that janitor walking out. And he just goes, "Hey, that guy ever say the N-word in front of you?" And the janitor goes, "Come on. I'd break my foot off in his ass."
Yeah,
and
then
also I think supposed to point out that like people look at Earn
a certain
and
type
they're
of
like,
way.
this guy's not going to do anything.
Yeah, a certain type of way because
this guy's not.
he sees that same piece of shit white dude at the convenience store.
Then he makes him tell the story.
And he makes him tell the story, and the guy blatantly tells it like, "Oh, I was at the club the other night," and you know how the clubs go, and then is very nervous, and he's just like, they play.
And he goes,
Flo Rida twice, and like I was just like, I had to go up to the DJ,
really?
And I was just like, really? It's exactly like that.
Also stone faced looking back at him. But the best part is how Earn really fucks with him there, because then Earn goes, because like he goes, "Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, that story's whack. I don't know why he had me tell you it." And then Earn goes, "Yeah, I don't know." And they just does that childish Gambino smile at him, like the "fuck you" smile. But I also love how Earn kind of fucks this guy over, because like the guy's clearly trying to get some money, and Earn takes the CD and the money. Because the guy goes like, "Oh yeah, my boss Kyle KP, he's the one who does it. You got to like slide him like $500 or something, and he'll put it on." And Aaron's like, "Oh yeah, what's your cut of that?" And he goes, No, I'm not trying to do anything like that." So I love when Earn goes to the radio station with the $500 and Paperboy's single, and he sees Dave there, and Dave's like, "Oh yeah, come on in, and give me the money." And Earn just walks past him to Kyle's office door and slides it under the fucking door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck that guy. Well done, man.
A lot of fuck that shit, man. Yeah, there's so much, like, so many little bits just like that, man.
And if you remember, dude, they're showing that scene where Earn does that while Paperboy's talking with Earn's dad.
Yeah.
And her dad is like, I'll tell you, like, I don't know why he left Princeton. I don't know what's going on with him. But I'll tell you this. If he wants something, he's going to get it, but he's going to do it his way.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely what they're showing with that whole scene. Earn just kind of giving a good old fuck you to this guy, Dave.
He gets the money out of his sneakers. Like he's got a little sneaker fund, and because I wasn't sure. I remember watching the first time, and I don't think I'd never paid attention to him. I looked away for like 2 seconds, and you miss it. But he pulls out.
I thought that he gave the sneakers to the custodian, to the janitor.
Oh no! I mean, he pops out
because I didn't see him pull the cash out of there.
Yeah, there was a scene. It's really quick. He has a sneaker box somewhere. I don't even know where the fuck the sneaker box is, but he has cash in there. So
yeah.
It's like I guess rainy day fund or something, and
it's got to be.
Yeah,
it's got to be his emergency stash.
Yes, he's using his last of his funds on basically like pursuing and like making this dream happen. It's called we call this in the industry an investment in your career.
And I mean totally, and that's the entire thing is like, Earn realizes. Yeah, Earn realizes he can make money managing Paperboy, but he also realizes like he can give Paperboy things that other people can't, and this is how he does it. And this is how that's the entire reason Paperboy calls him, because he does this. He gets Paperboy on the radio, and it's not even like a quid pro quo thing. It's not like he was saying to Alfred like, "Yo, if I get you on the radio, then can I be your manager?" or anything like that. He just got him on the radio and then waited for Alfred to call him, and then he did,
Mm-hmm.
It was smart.
He,
and that's the thing that you really learn. He's a really, really smart guy throughout all of this.
Yeah, he's got a game plan. He's the opposite of what the Joker talks about. I mean, the Joker's like, do I look like a guy with a plan? Earn is a guy with a plan. Like, and his
Earn asks that, and you go, yeah, you do.
You do look like a guy with a plan. But yeah, I mean, all that to say, that's what he's. I mean, it's like his dad says. Like, once he has his mind set to something, he'll do it. What did he say? He'll do it on his time, or he'll do it his way, or something like that.
He goes, when Earn sets his mind on something, he's going to get it done, but he's going to do it his way.
That's what he's doing,
and that's exactly what that is. You know?
And that's the episode in a nutshell. I love that. What's up, man?
Real quick. So after Earn gets the call from Paperboy to go meet up with him and shit, and I just noticed it because it's literally playing on the background. When it cuts from the bus and Earn with Lottie and he's walking up to them, the first thing it does is it shows the sky and thunder's rolling in. And if that's not symbolism, you know?
I don't know what is.
Here's my question to you. Is that supposed to be the symbolism of like, oh, they're about to get into this gunfight? Or is it symbolism of, oh, Earn's making the wrong life choice?
It could go either way, huh? I could go. He's walking into the thunder, or is behind him?
The thunder's rolling overhead as he's walking up to the car.
Okay.
But it takes a second to focus on the sky and the thunder, and then cuts to Earn.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot. And I was just thinking about. There's another piece of this that I wanted to touch on. They talk about at the end. So at the end of the episode, when you realize the episode kind of comes full circle. It's much like a Quentin Tarantino type-esque episode. The ending is the beginning, is the end, type thing. And
where it's showing the news report, you mean?
Well, so yeah, I'm getting to the news report. So you realize this is the end of the episode, and Earn's mom is leaving Van's house, and she drinks a wine.
After drinking an entire bottle of wine.
She's like, you need another bottle.
The whole bottle?
And then on the news, I don't know, and this is easy to miss, they talk about the person who got shot is still at large.
Not necessarily, because I caught that too. And I was thinking the same thing. But they said Paperboy and Earn have been taken into custody.
Yeah.
And there's an injured unidentified third party still at large.
Right.
Or suspect still at large.
Right.
I think it was Darius.
I don't
think it was the.
We find out in the next episode he's not injured.
Well, but at the same time, Paperboy had his gun at this guy's fucking heart.
This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. Like,
you think that's the guy that got out of there?
Yes. I was just thinking about this as I was kind of watching some like Gambino kind of breakdown stuff. The symbolism,
right,
bro.
Right.
The symbolism and the vagueness and the ambiguity. Ambiguity of this guy got shot. We saw him where the gun was aimed, and there's no.
It was literally flush to his chest.
There's no dead body. He's still at large. This is what I'm saying. This is the crazy part of. So Paperboy gets, without giving spoiler alert, like this is kind of a good thing for Paperboy at this point, but. It's infamous. Yeah. You become infamous for if you were to do something.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's big next episode. Obviously,
if you're a rapper, you become infamous for you get a gunfight. You're like, oh shit, the motherfucker's hard
for being hood.
But he didn't kill
like,
anybody.
Damn, Earth go hard.
Yeah, but he did not kill anybody. That's the thing. And
let me throw a question at you.
Yeah.
I think you'll like this one. So remember, they're in the car. Dude kicks the mirror off. He's being a prick, and Paperboy goes to reach for the gun and everything, and Earn gets in his way and doesn't let him grab it. Remember?
Yeah.
But then Paperboy has a gun. So did Paperboy have a gun and then he was going for a separate gun?
Yes, he was going for two guns. Why?
It's just it makes no sense.
There are things in this name that don't make any sense, and I'm telling you, like that Van thing is really one of them that got me when she's like wanted him to tell her he was I love you, but but he didn't, and it's like you're on a date. Why the fuck you need to hear this from your baby daddy? She already had that date plan because minutes later she's like, I'm going on a date tonight. So it's not like she just got on Tinder 2 minutes later and then she got a date. I mean, it could happen, but it didn't happen. There's little things like this that just like they're not even inconsistencies. Like I could honestly see like in a situation like that where like somebody's in love with somebody, they want to hear it too, even though they know like this is as real as it gets, like kind of a night by night basis and really still thinking of him. But yeah, the fact of somebody wanting 2 guns, like, I don't know. So, and here's the thing, like in that lifestyle, you might want the other gun because the other gun is unregistered. You know what I mean? Or is registered or something like that, something to that effect where one gun's, that's your throwaway gun. You know what I mean? That's the one you need. You don't want to throw away another one.
We find out at the end that not only are the police looking for this wounded suspect, they're also looking for the assault weapon.
Right.
They're looking for the gun.
Yeah. So what the fuck happened? And how'd they catch everybody? I don't know. It's fucking weird. But yeah, dude is still alive. Dude is shot probably somewhere in his chest.
I just rewatched it. And the thing is, they said like shooting took place, suspects, blah, blah, blah. They never said shooting, just one dead. So I think you're right.
Yeah, he's still large. He's still around. Like wherever he's at,
Absolutely,
he's got a hole in his body. But so much because it's more, and again, it's more like the symbolism and the little things you guys will watch this episode and might miss. It's more or less like what I really love about this series. And yeah, man, I can't wait.
Amazing.
I can't wait to break down like some more episodes. But Jeff, it's our kickoff for the Atlanta series, man. This has got me already like just hearing some of the points you make has already got me like, oh fuck, right, like. I'm going to need to start paying attention to some shit.
I don't know about you, but I'm also just thinking of like some of my favorite episodes and like, oh, I can't wait till we get to that one,
There's some of the ones in season 1. There's a lot of them in season 2 where I'm just like,
dude. So one last thing I want to point out from the trivia that I read, and I think this is really cool. So Donald Glover had 2 conditions with FX for his writing room. One, that he didn't want an on-set office in favor of having everyone meet at his house and work on the material there, which obviously they were cool with. But 2, and they agreed on this as well, obviously, he wanted the entire group of writers to be black. He wanted them all to be African-American.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, which, with a show like this, you need that. I think if they didn't have that, I think trying to have someone who just doesn't understand it, like someone like me, write this,
right?
I think it would have just come off as fake.
Like, what does Dickie call it? Cultural appropriation?
I mean, that's what it
is. Yeah. I think you could be. I think it's beautiful. I think he had a vision for this, and he got with people that I think just made the show exactly what he envisioned, and that much more. Just like I hate to use this word, but I think it's appropriate, as authentic to his vision as possible. And I
totally agree, man. And I think that's important.
So great. Absolutely. Well, guys, this has been the first of the Atlanta series, and I hope you guys go back and if you've already, I'm sure if you've already watched it, go back and rewatch it now, like kind of with our breakdown. And I can't wait to break down episode 2 because I absolutely love that episode. And there's some of the most.
I think it's better than episode 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some of the most hilarious situations that happen.
Oh my God, yes.
that happen in there. So, feel free to kind of tune into that.
This
episode.
one, The Big Bang, came out September 6, 2016, got an 8.2 on IMDb.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Now I don't want to ask. We'll do that. We'll break down the facts for the next one. But guys, check out this one again.
I'll say this. The lowest rating in season 1 for an episode is 7.9.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
It's a great series.
But yeah, I mean, it's you're not gonna be disappointed with this series. If you're a Childish Gambino fan, you'll love it. If you're a Community fan, you'll love it. If you're a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, you'll love it. Guys, it's a really good show, and there's a hell of a lot of heart and meaning in each episode, man. They pack it, and they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no wasted momentum in each moment, each scene. Everything means something if you just pay attention.
Absolutely. And everything we just discussed got packed into a half-hour episode. Holy shit. That's a lot. You know?
That's a lot to take in upon logging on. Yeah. In the words of Lil Dicky.
And by the way, just like with Dave, you're going to want to watch multiple times, and one of them you're going to need to have the subtitles on.
Yes. Do that.
Yep.
For sure, do that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys tune in for the next episode and rewatch Atlanta, and maybe you might even get into Atlanta because of this. Who fucking knows? Hey, we're in quarantine time, so we got a lot of time on our hands. Jeff, where can people follow you if they want to just like give you a shout out, say hi?
They can Skype me. Uh-huh. Anyone can Skype me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com. I mean, other than that, like I said, you want to get in touch with me, get in touch with Blake, and he knows how to get in touch with me.
That's right.
But yeah, man, good times.
My peoples will get with his peoples. We'll figure it all out. Go ahead and follow Unfiltered Bachelor, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow the show, again, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are. That's where we are. You can follow me, Money Blakeweather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are still tuning in to the Lil Dicky, or if you guys are tuning in, I'm not sure if you want to tune in even. Whichever way you want to feel, you guys should tune into the Dave series that we do. Also check out just the Unfiltered Bachelor episode by episode series. And I hope you're loving what's going on. I hope you guys are staying safe during this quarantine time. Stay inside. Don't be a fool. Strap up everything, including your tools, everything like that.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Yeah, guys, but no, seriously, let's all be smart and safe now so that we can all be stupid and reckless later.
That's right. Practice safe sex from 6 feet away, whatever that means to you. And until the next time.
Shooting a Nerf gun.
We will see you. Peace.
What's your problem? 'Cause I know it's hard sometimes. Baby, just give me some time. Ooh, honey, now, girl, we can solve them. If you just give me some time, I can open up your mind. If you let it shine.